Hello and welcome back to Somo Diecast. My name is Ron. Well, this is a build, the super secret buddy build that Cole and I over at Cuda's Diecast Customs occasionally throw together. And he contacted me recently and said, hey, it's time for another super secret buddy build, and what do you want to build? When do you want to build it? So I have this 70 Monte Carlo that I believe was part of the Fast and Furious series, and I thought this would make a good candidate. It needed something besides the primer all over it, so this is going to be my contribution to our super secret buddy build. So let's go ahead and get this little Monte Carlo all blown apart, take a look at the pieces and parts, and see what we can do with this little car. Everybody, please stay tuned. All right, we got a little 70 Monte Carlo all blown apart. I always liked this 70 Monte Carlo body style. This casting had 2 posts, drilled and tapped for 256 screws, and looks like fairly clean. Not a bad looking casting. The glass is in excellent shape. Very minor cleanup on that should be necessary. It's nice and shiny. And the interior, 2 buckets, the old kind of T-handle shifter, a little bit of detail in there. Everything's pretty clean. Got our chrome base, not bad. A little bit of detail. Interesting thing, I mean, these were available with anything from, I think, a 6-cylinder up to a 454. And I know you could get a 454 in it because I knew a young lady back in the 70s that drove one with a 454, and it could just clean my 63 Impala's clock in drag race. Not that I ever did any drag racing. Don't drag race, it's dangerous. And here are the wheels. It's been played with a little bit, just enough to bend the crap out of that one back wheel, but that's all right. We're going to be replacing those anyway. Gonna hang on to these and put them in my stash. I think I'm probably gonna go with maybe a set of Craggers that I 3D print. I think that's gonna make it look pretty darn good. And we'll come up with a nice looking paint job. Haven't figured out what it's gonna be yet, but all right, let's get that casting in the stripper and get the rest of this cleaned up, find my wheels, and get this build going. Everybody, please stay tuned. Well, before we get to the reveal, let's take just a moment and look back at where we started. We have this Hot Wheels 1970 Monte Carlo. So let's go ahead and get to the reveal, and let's see how this little car came out. Everybody, please stay tuned. Well, we have our little Hot Wheels 1970 Monte Carlo all finished up. This is, of course, the buddy build with Cole over at Cuda's Diecast Customs. He and I have, I think this is we're calling it number 3, but I think it's actually number 4 of our super secret buddy builds. But he contacted me, wanted to know if I was interested in another buddy build, and I said, well, yeah, let's throw one together and see what comes out. And so we dug around looking for a date, and then we looked for casting to use, and I suggested this 70 Monte Carlo that I had picked up, and he was agreeable, and so here it is. Tore it down, cleaned it up, and made the changes to the body. After I cleaned it up, I decided I wanted to dechrome it and make it more of a smooth custom. So I stripped all the chrome off, the door handles and the side trim. Then painted it I guess you'd call it a triple fade. It's the citrine from Rust-Oleum, which is a beautiful darker yellow metallic, and then after I had that on there, I shot it with a little Rust-Oleum orange, and then finished it up with the Rust-Oleum red on the bottom, and painted the interior in a matching Rust-Oleum red. Did a little detailing on the interior while I was at it, and thought, well, okay, we're good. Actually painted it about twice, maybe 3 times before it came out the way I wanted it to look. And then detailed out the headlights, taillights, the grill, the bumpers. Printed up a set of, I believe those are supposed to be Krager style wheels on my 3D printer. But really happy with how it came out. It's just a beautiful little car, and I can't say that I'm unhappy with it in any way. It's a beautiful car, and it's always a good time when Cole and I put together a buddy build. I think the first one we did was the convertible Lincoln, which I made a twin turbo. That was a fun one. And then we did an El Camino, and I forget, like I said, this is number 3 or number 4, I've lost track, but it's about 1 a year, so this is probably number 3. Anyway, I hope you like this video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, and if you are not currently a subscriber, I hope you will, and when you subscribe, be sure you ring the bell so you'll be notified of future builds when they're available. Be sure you share with your friends. And I can't wait to see what Cole has come up with his 70 Monte. And be sure you check out Cuda's Diecast Customs. He always has a beautiful build of some kind. And sometimes he gets his dad in there involved, and he does what he calls the old man build. But it's always fun watching Cole, and especially happy that he is a member back with us at the Diecast Diecast International Builders, and so be sure you check it out. Well, thanks again, and I will see you in the next.